Is it possible to crack all the questions in OET Reading Subtest Part A? If so, how can I do it? Hi everyone, this is Caroline, one of the expert OET trainers from IILT. OET Reading Subtest can be a little difficult for most of the candidates. But don't worry, in this video I'm going to help you how easily you can crack Part A of OET Reading Subtest. Before that, I'll quickly give you an overview about the reading subtest and the Part A of it, and then 3 ways about how you can crack OET Reading Subtest Part A. So make sure that you watch this video till the end because I'll be giving you 2 extra tips besides the 3 points. To begin with, you all know that OET Reading Subtest has 3 main parts, A, B and C, with a total question of 42, and you'll have a time period to finish it within 60 minutes as well. And you also know that Part A will have 50 minutes and Part B and C will collectively have 45 minutes. In this video, we are going to look at Part A. So you already know that Part A is expeditious reading task which will have 15 minutes, and it checks your ability to locate specific information from 4 short text, and these 4 short text will be related to a specific information as well, and you will have 20 questions which you need to attend to. So these 20 questions will be matching short phrases or even completing the sentences too. So this is just an overview about the Part A session of OET Reading Subtest. So now, without wasting much time, let's look into the 3 ways how you can easily crack all the questions of your Part A of OET Reading Subtest. First point, get a general idea about the text. Now, how can you do that? You must be very familiar with the technique skimming, right? So whenever you go for coaching or whenever you start preparing for OET reading, the first thing that you learn is skimming. How to concise it and read and get the general information what is required for you. So we know that OET reading has a time constraint, and since we do not have the habit of reading, most of us don't, so it might be a little bit of a problem for you when it comes to the exam because you might not be able to finish everything within a time and you will be rushing, so a lot of problem will happen there. But you need to practice it. You need to make sure that you skim the information from this short text. For that, you can read the topic, you can just read the headings or the top line, the topic sentences, and then try to know or get a general information about what is being said in that. That is the first thing you have to do. Manage your time. When you manage your time, you will get general information, and from that general information, it will be easy for you to relate it to the question and get back to the answer. The common mistake that happens here is that candidates waste their time reading the entire 4 paragraphs. Do not do that. You just need to skim it and get the general information because you do not know right now what exact information do you need. So for that, you do not need to waste your time reading the entire thing. You can skim there and then you can read the information because as we already know, it's an expeditious task, which means we need to gather information as quick as possible. So time management is very important here, and try to get a general idea from the paragraph which is being mentioned there too. So that is the first thing you have to do. The second point, try to connect the information that you got from reading these texts. Yes, so many candidates use different techniques. Okay, there are some people who start answering the questions from the 8th question, and there are some people who start directly from the first as well. I would not say that this is the right way to do or this is the right way to do. It is up to you. If you are comfortable from starting from the 8th question, then you will get more ideas. If it is working for you, go for that. But there will be some people for whom starting from the first question will be easier for them. So just do that too. Do not just blindly follow any technique, whichever one is being told to you. No, just try to come up with a point which is flexible for you. If you are comfortable and if you can easily read and find the answers or complete all the questions within the time limit, then you can start either from the 8th question or from the first question. But even if you're doing from the 8th or the first question, the point you have to remember here is that you need to be able to connect these information which will lead you to the answer of the next question, because all these questions are coming from these short 4 paragraphs, right? So whenever you did the first 1 to 7 questions or the questions starting from the 8th, you need to be able to connect these information because then you will be able to manage the time as well. So that is the second point that you have to keep in your mind. Moving on to the third point that is very important. Do not mess your answer. Unlike the Part A of listening test, you cannot make any mistakes when it comes to the spelling in OET reading subtest because you have to write what you read or what you have seen there. So make sure that you do not make any mistakes there, okay? Whatever answer you come across, look there, understand the format or the nature of that particular answer, copy paste it exactly to your answer sheet or as well. The reason being because if you make any mistakes there, you will lose your score. So make sure that you do not make any mistakes there and do not mess up with your answer. So these are 3 points that I would like to share with you which might help you to crack the Part A of OET reading subtest. Now I told you there would be 2 extra points that I would like to share with you, right? Well, I know that these points are very familiar with you guys and you have been practicing a lot of information and a lot of materials as well. So I would also like to tell you something very frankly that in order to crack the OET reading subtest, I cannot tell you that you have to blindly follow a tip or a technique for that because everything lies in your practice. If you are not practicing well, then these tips or any strategies are not going to help you there. So an additional tip that I would like to share with you guys is that practice. Practice every time possible. At least try to do 1 or 2 materials every day. Do not just practice it. Try to understand the pattern. Try to understand how the answer is being related to the question. If you're getting a low score, do not get disappointed there. Instead of getting disappointed, just try to understand how that answer was there, how you couldn't go to that answer. Just try to know that what is the pattern or what is the direction towards that answer. And when it comes to the Part A of OET reading subtest, it is very easy for you to connect the answers as well because those are specific information. So if you have the enough flexibility of reading, then it will be easier for you. Always try to read information, try to read more materials, and also if you get a low score as I mentioned for one particular material, try to redo that. I've seen many people saying like, I have done this, I have done that many times. Don't just get disappointed. Try to know why you couldn't crack that good score there, and also make sure that you practice it unless and until you get a desired score for it. And also students say that I know that answer because that I have done that many times, so I'm very familiar with the answers there. I know it by heart. Okay, then don't do that material. Keep it aside and do it sometime later, maybe 1 or 2 weeks later, so that you might not remember the answers there. Again, my point is that once you do a material and if you get a low score, try to understand the pattern and how that answer was given there, so that once you understand the connection and the relation between the question and the answer, it is going to be more easier for you. So practice. That is an additional tip I would like to give you. Another tip that I want to tell you is that while doing the OET test, if you do not know the answer for a question, skip it. The reason why I'm telling you to skip it is because you will be wasting more time for that unknown answer, where you can do more questions and get more score. So if you are not able to find the answer of any particular question, leave that question. Do not spend more than 35 or 40 seconds for that particular question. You have more questions to attend to and there are chances for you to get more marks there as well. So do not waste your time there. I've seen many people calling me and telling me after the exam they couldn't complete everything because they were trying so hard to find the answers. So don't do that. If you feel like you cannot find it anywhere and you are not coming close to the answer, then just skip that question, okay? So that you can get more marks in the following questions. Do not think about that. And once you finish everything and if you have still, if you have got some time, then you can come back to that particular question and then try to find the answer there. But while you're doing the test, make sure that you skip if you cannot find the answer and do not waste time there. I hope this session was helpful for you guys. If yes, let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely go through the comments. And if you have any suggestions about any particular videos that I need to come up with, let me know that too as well, okay? So I'll see you guys next time with another videos related to reading, so stay tuned.
IILT, it's my cup of tea.